Good evening, everybody. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful Monday. Just want to come on and do a initial impression video by recommendation, trying a couple different products tonight. Um, first of all, first go with my Molina 104. It's a billiard with a saddle bit, 9 mil filter pipe, tobaccopipes.com. Super light pipe, um, recommended by Eric Rana, Road King Piper. He's done a few videos on these things, these Molinas. Thick Mel Harris, Garbage Man Piper smokes them as well. I think Zach Warrior Piper has one or two, if I remember right. So far so good. Unfinished. I like the unfinished. But tonight, I wanted to give this an initial impression. The Virginia Cream. It's GL Pease tobacco, right? So if I look on tobaccoreviews.com, they classify it as an aromatic, which is a little bit of a stretch. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's aromatic, but uh, they list the contents as Black Cavendish, Kentucky, Perique, and Virginia. I really don't pick up much of the Perique, if any at all. Maybe the Kentucky's there. Not a lot. Very heavy Virginia. And it's listed as a bourbon vanilla, a slight bourbon vanilla topping, ribbon cut. It's really a nice looking tobacco. It's got that bright red union. So the tin says distinctively delicious. We season fine red and golden flue cured Virginia tobaccos in rare condimental leaf, enhancing the result with a subtle vanilla bourbon topping that is never overbearing. Rare for a blend of its genre, Virginia Cream delivers on its aromatic promise from first puff to the bottom of the bowl, while leaving the pipe clean and free of phantom flavors. An all-American blend ideal for Virginia fanciers craving something a little sweeter. So let's taste it. Give it a minute. So again, this is first impressions. First impressions change. They're not. It's not a review per se. Just giving you my first gut feel after about half a bowl. To me, heavy Virginia. I maybe picked up a little Perique on that retro. Just a little. Just enough to tingle, you know, when you get that little peppery, just a little tingle. These Virginias to me aren't they're not the sweet green grassy ones that I like as much. These are more like the hay. Kind of like if you were in a barn, that kind of smell and that flavor you'd pick up through smelling. If you've ever been in a barn or baled any hay, um, that's the worst place to be at the end of the day. Man, that sucks. You bale hay all day, you're hot and tired, then you got to put it all up. Ugh. In the hot barn. Oof. It's the worst part. The flavoring, the topping, very mild. I don't pick up vanilla or a lot of sweetness on every retro. Um, the bourbon, maybe. Now, see, that was a little bit sweeter on that one. So it's kind of neat because the flavors are a little different each puff. You know, it must be when you just hit that black, you know, that speck of black Cavendish just right, then it's probably going to give you that little bit of sweetness. Same thing with the Perique. Um, I I would bet that's why I only picked it up that one time. It's definitely condimental, the Perique and the black Cavendish. There's not a lot. It does provide a little sweetness. Now, you can see that bad boy is only about 6 months, 6.5 months old. Probably could use some more time in a jar. Had no problem with it out of the tin. The moisture was pretty good right out of the tin. Smoked it right out of the tin. Not too bad to light. As with a lot of Virginias, I would tell you, be careful. This one burns hot, really hot. And I could see this torching somebody's tongue if you're a big heavy puffer. My good friend Doug Curmudgeon Piper. Um, I don't know that I know anybody that's that more heavier puffer. You know, maybe matches. Those guys, man, they go hard. So if you're a heavy puffer, you know, in that genre of smokers, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just how they smoke. That's what they like. Be careful if you're a heavy puffer. This one, I kind of fancy myself being more in the middle. I'm not. I don't think I really puff hard, but I'm definitely do a little more than sip. Yeah, this, you know, it'll burn you. Be careful with it. So, initial impressions, it's a good smoke. I do like that the sweetness is there. Got some good. That was that to me tasted more bourbony, more alcoholy. So if that's your cup of tea, if you like Virginias, give this a shot. I would recommend it. I think it needs more time in a jar. It just tastes young, just like that Father Dempsey I had the other day. It just, you know, when you get a tobacco that hasn't aged a lot, you could certainly tell the difference. And calling this an aromatic, I know that they classify it as that. That's kind of a stretch. I think this is more, I'd call it, in my opinion, more of a Virginia with just a little bit of um, just a little bit of black Cavendish and some Perique just sprinkled in. This may be a blend you could play with and take some blending tobacco, maybe some black Cavendish if you wanted to make it more sweeter. I think it would work very well to do that. Um, if you even wanted to take maybe a little bit of black Cavendish and maybe even a little bit of Latakia and blend that, sprinkle it in the bowl. It might be an interesting combo as well. I don't think this cracked my top five or anything like that. It's okay. It's good. Is it worth a 10? I mean, you be the judge of that. Uh, to me, I'm not upset I bought it. I'll smoke it. And again, first impressions. And that's why this hobby is so cool. Is tonight you may not taste crap on the vanilla, and it may be the new pipe too. You know, I might throw this in a cob and get a totally different experience. So, you know, use that with a grain of salt if you're going to base anything I ever tell you on a first impression video on whether you want to buy something or not. It's just first impressions. So Worth a try, in my opinion. Um, it didn't blow me away, but I've had a lot worse. And I think in time, I think with some age, this will really, really, really come out. So, anyhow, y'all take care. It's hot as the dickens here tonight. 87 right now, so I'm just getting a pipe in's a good thing. But you all take care. Wishing you all the blessings in the world. We'll catch you next time. Have a great night.